Morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I think today's Wednesday. Wednesday, March 24th. Yesterday was my mom's 83rd birthday, and she had a wonderful, wonderful birthday celebrating down in Atlantic City with her boyfriend. Hi, Kimmy. Bonjour, chérie. Comment ça va? And let's see, what else is happening? I have a big, beautiful, gray, fluffy cat who is curled up on my bed. Makes me really happy that he feels really comfortable. I love my cat. His name is Astro, and he's 11 years old. I got him when he was a tiny little baby kitten, like he could just sit in the crook of my neck, and he's my companion. So we have a lot of fun together. All right, let us get down to it. Today we are on lesson 84, and we're still in the reviews, so we're actually reviewing lesson 65 and lesson 66. Here are today's review lessons. 65. My only function is the one God gave me. I have no function but the one God gave me. This recognition releases me from all conflict because it means I cannot have conflicting goals. With one purpose only, I am always certain what to do, what to say, and what to think. All doubt must disappear as I acknowledge that my only function is the one that God gave me. More specific applications of this idea might take these forms. My perception of this does not change my function. This does not give me a function other than the one God gave me. Let me not use this to justify a function God did not give me. And then 66 says, my happiness and my function are one. All things that come from God are one. They come from oneness and must be received as one. Fulfilling my function is my happiness because both come from the same source, and I must learn to recognize what makes me happy if I would find happiness. Some useful forms for specific applications of this idea are: this cannot separate my happiness from my function. The oneness of my happiness and my function remain wholly unaffected by this, and nothing, including this, can justify the illusion of happiness apart from my function. So lesson 65, my only function is the one God gave me, and 66, my happiness and my function are one. Now let us see what our beloved Magdalene has to say for us today. All right, here she comes. Greetings, beloveds. Our only function indeed is the one that was given to us, bequeathed to us, granted as a gift to us upon our creation. Our function, beloveds, is to love as God loves. And when we forget, as we do, we are to choose love through the act of forgiving. Forgiveness is indeed your function as the light. For the energy that is expended within you when you forgive causes a joining to occur between yourself and what you perceive as any person, place, or thing, any object being outside of you. In that forgiveness, you grant as before, and what existed prior to the forgiveness was love, a deep sense of connection, and abiding and dwelling as God does. For each of us are representation, if you will, of what it is that God is. We have manifested many things through our minds, relationships and circumstances, places where we have felt joy and places where we have felt sorrow, relationships that have indeed tested us to always remember that only love is real, circumstances that have led us to believe that this is a hard and a cruel world in which we live. But all of this, beloveds, is indeed a dream. And while it may be difficult to understand that one is living a dream when it appears to be so very real, when you allow yourself to see through the facade, to see through the illusions, to see through the very fabric of the dream itself, you come to recognize, as you do in these moments of deep meditation, that indeed this is a point of consciousness that has been manufactured by the egoic mind. Do indeed understand, beloved ones, that the mind has an extraordinary component in that every thought manifests. We have indeed mentioned the cookie analogy, that the mind is much like cookie dough, and each thought that you think leaves an impression. Understand, beloveds, that the words that you speak, the thoughts that you think, the actions that you take, do indeed have consequences. So when you think a loving thought, there is a consequence to that thought. And when you think a negative thought, there is indeed a consequence to that negative thought as well. So if you can begin to continue to do this training of your minds, using these lessons, recognizing that your only function is the one that God gave you, you might pause for a moment and say, indeed, what is that function? And you will allow yourself to come to see that your function, beloveds, is to love as God loves, to think with the mind of God, to will forth into creation and into existence that which God would will for you. If you do not know what it is that God would have you bring forth, all you need to do is ask, beloved ones, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? This is indeed an ultimate surrendering to the will of God. But being in alignment with that will allow you to remember what you have forgotten, which is indeed your only function. And your function is that to love. And when you love another, when you allow your heart to connect deeply to another, you find that your minds and your souls and your bodies are in alignment. You have each had the experience of being deeply in love with another. There is a warmth that approaches all aspects of your skin. In this way that you are in love, in this way that you are able to project those feelings onto another, beloveds, it is now time for you to feel that same sense of self-love. For to God you are his beloveds, her beloveds. There is no gender when it comes to the very presence of the Creator. There is a deep and abiding love, a profound sense of humility, a sense of knowing and a sense of understanding, a sense of being loved and adored. For you are an extension of the Creator, of Source itself. There are no biases, there are no grievances, there are no fears. There is only love. So allow yourselves, beloved ones, to come to this consciousness. Allow yourselves to rise up, to approach different dimensions and different aspects of self, and come to see that you have been indeed playing in the mud. and allow yourself to rise like the lotus from the mud to become truly the purity that God created you in, that He loves you in, that she knows you in. Do not allow gender to become a blockage, for it is not. There is only one truth, and your function is to serve that truth, beloved one. Be the light and be the love that you truly are. We send you our blessings. Always, please do call upon us so that we may be of assistance for you on your soul journey. Blessings to you always, beloved ones. I wish you all the most beautiful day. Sending much love, and I will see you tomorrow.